Hello aviation enthusiasts and welcome to an in-depth analysis of the recent accident involving Endeavour Air Flight EDV-4819 at Toronto Pearson International Airport. On February 17, 2025, a serious incident occurred during the landing of a CRJ-900LR aircraft. Today we'll dissect the preliminary findings from the Transportation Safety Board of Canada, TSB, explore the potential contributing factors, and discuss crucial safety considerations to prevent similar tragedies. Our primary source is the official preliminary report by the TSB of Canada. It's vital to remember that this is a preliminary document, the investigation is ongoing, and the information may evolve. The TSB's focus is to enhance transportation safety, not to assign blame. Endeavour Air Flight EDV-4819 was a scheduled passenger flight originating from Minneapolis, St. Paul International, or lesser known as Wold Chamberlain Airport in Minnesota, bound for Toronto Lester B. Pearson International Airport. The aircraft was a CRJ-900LR, registered as November 932 X-ray Juliet. On board were 2 flight crew members, 2 cabin crew members, and 76 passengers. The flight proceeded normally until the landing phase. During the landing on runway 23, the aircraft made contact with the runway, the right wing detached, and a fire erupted. The aircraft then overturned and slid down the runway in an inverted position, finally coming to rest near the intersection of runway 23 and runway 15L. Aircraft rescue and firefighting services responded, and all passengers and crew were evacuated. The preliminary report indicates that 21 of the 80 occupants sustained injuries, with 2 classified as serious. Let's examine the flight crew. The captain, seated in the left seat and acting as the pilot monitoring, had been with Endeavour Air since October 2007 and held an FAA Airline Transport Pilot Certificate. He had accumulated approximately 3,570 total flight hours, including 764 hours on the CRJ-900LR. The first officer, in the right seat and serving as the pilot flying, joined Endeavour Air in January 2024 and had 1422.3 total flight hours, with 418.7 hours on the CRJ-900LR. The aircraft was manufactured in 2008 and operated within its weight and balance limits at the time of the incident. The landing weight was approximately 73,000 pounds, with about 6,000 pounds of fuel remaining. Weather conditions significantly influenced this event. The aerodrome routine meteorological report indicated winds from 270 degrees true at 28 knots, gusting to 35 knots, blowing snow, and 6 statute miles of visibility. These conditions created a challenging landing environment. The runway had been plowed to a width of 160 feet, while the full runway width is 200 feet. Let's reconstruct the landing. The aircraft was cleared for an instrument landing system approach to runway 23. The landing reference speed was 139 knots, to which the crew added 5 knots, plus adjustments for wind gusts, resulting in an approach flown at 149 knots. As the aircraft descended through 500 feet, its indicated airspeed was 150 knots, and the rate of descent was 720 feet per minute. In the final moments, a wind gust increased the airspeed. The pilot flying reduced thrust, which in turn increased the rate of descent. The aircraft touched down hard, with a high rate of descent and a right bank angle of 7.5 degrees. The force of the impact led to the fracture of the right main landing gear's side stay, causing the gear to fold. Simultaneously, the wing root fractured, and the right wing detached, resulting in a fuel spill and fire. The aircraft slid down the runway, rolled, and came to rest inverted on runway 15. Left. A large portion of the tail also detached during the roll. The inverted position of the aircraft presented evacuation challenges. Passengers, suspended by their seatbelts, experienced difficulty releasing them. The cockpit door was jammed, forcing the pilots to evacuate through the cockpit ceiling escape hatch. Fuel flowing over an exit door led to the use of an overwing exit, exposing some passengers to fuel and fire retardant foam. The TSB's ongoing investigation is meticulously examining several key areas to determine the accident's causes and contributing factors. These include the metallurgical examination of the wing structure and landing gear, certification processes, evacuation procedures, flight deck door design, landing techniques, crew training, cabin obstructions, emergency coordination, and the actions of aircraft rescue and firefighting personnel. Understanding the why is paramount to preventing recurrence. The preliminary report indicates a hard landing, potentially exacerbated by wind gusts, led to the landing gear failure. The structural integrity of the wing is also a critical focus. Safety enhancements may include improved landing gear and wing designs, enhanced pilot training for adverse conditions, and refined evacuation procedures. The accident involving Endeavour Air Flight EDV-4819 was a complex event with a chain of contributing factors. The TSB's meticulous investigation aims to provide actionable insights for the aviation industry. By learning from this incident, we can strive for a safer future for air travel. Thank you for joining this analysis. For further information, please visit the TSB of Canada's website. Please like, subscribe, and share to promote aviation safety awareness.